of the contest, 48-46, 48-46, and 47-47 for the winner by majority decision,
And still, ladies and gentlemen, the undisputed African fighting podcast champion of the world. Welcome back to Fighting with Friends. It's here, boys. It's finally here. It's 173, biggest card of the year, arguably the biggest, most stacked card ever. It's 1173. It's taking place this Sunday, 6 a.m. South African time from the Ariake Arena in Japan. Saying konnichiwa today is the reigning, defending, undisputed big champion of the world. Chief analyst, that is, of course, Brother Gaia.
Ohayo gozaimasu. Let's go. What's up, AD?
What's happening, bro? How you doing?
All good, all good. Much love to have you back, bro. Back in the office. How was holiday?
Happy to be here, bro. Very happy yeah, bro. Holiday was good. Still coming back to reality, but slowly, but very happy to be here, bro. It's a fucking fantastic card. See, we got Blessed Holloway in the chat.
Oh, what's up, Blessed Holloway? Let's go.
The Gaia. What's up, bro? But yeah, bro, it is here. It's 1173, bro. So, I mean, biggest card of the year, bro. It's like, I mean, can you remember there ever being a more stacked card than this?
I mean, not really. 172 wasn't too bad, but this one was like, this is unreal. The amount of fights, the amount of championship fights, not only championship fights, but like, in fact, everybody on this fight card, every single fight, there is a champion or former champion that's on display here. So we actually spoiled here for in fact, this weekend, we're getting spoiled in terms of combat sports, like UFC 1, I think K1. There's a whole bunch of guys just having so many cards on display this weekend, so we are quite spoiled. But I think 173 definitely takes the headlines along with UFC 322.
I was actually looking at the UFC 322 card earlier, Brian. It's also fucking stacked, but honestly, it's got nothing on this, bro. I mean, we have fucking Takeru Segawa fighting on the undercard, guys. The undercard. You know what I mean? It's insane, bro. It's absolutely insane.
All the way. I said, what do you say? I said 173 is better than 322. People got pissed at me. Let them get pissed, bruh. Let them get pissed. But I think AD and myself agrees on that. I think 173 is really, it's unreal. Like at what point did anyone ever really think that we were gonna get a card that's fold like this? Perfect matchups. All of them are champions, former champions. I mean, every single fight on this fight card, you can go through it and go, I want to watch that. In fact, I'll say this: every fight on this fight card, if they were isolated fights at different fight cards, they'll all be main events.
Absolutely. Yeah, absolutely. Can agree to that 100%, bro. So yeah, we have quite the job ahead of us here, BG. This is the 1173 stream. How long did they say the event's set to be? Like 8 hours or something?
I think they said 9 hours, yeah. So it starts at 6 a.m. for us. And that's going to go all the way through till about 4 p.m.
Insane. But great day of combat sports ahead, bro. I mean, great weekend, like you said.
Yeah.
But yeah, we will get to the card now, ladies and gentlemen. Be sure to drop those chats in the chat. Very happy to see 7 people on the stream already. Drop a like for the boys there. You know, it really helps us out in this continuous fight against the algorithm that we have. So yeah, please drop a like, drop some comments in the chat there. We're very interested to hear your thoughts, ladies and gentlemen. BG, this is the 1173 preview. As always, we will start
at the top of the card. Let's go.
Let's fucking go, bro. At the top of the card, we do have Superbon, the featherweight kickboxing champion. His record in 1 is 6-3-0. He's got 3 wins by KO. Last time out losing to Tawan Chai by second round TKO.
Happens.
Yeah, it does happen. Coming up against the interim featherweight kickboxing champion, the pride of Japan. And this is Masaki Noiri, who is 32 years old. Record in 1 championship is 2-2, 1 by KO, 1 by won by TKO. 2-fight win streak. He beat Tawanchai by third round TKO in his previous fight. That, of course, at 172. Shocking the world.
Yeah.
Become the interim champion here. So, BG, the first of many fantastic fights to look forward to here, bro. Give us your thoughts on this one, broski.
Yeah, dude, I'm frothing at the mouth. I really can't wait for this fight in particular. In fact, the whole card, but this fight in particular, because it's a fight that I had a difficult time wrapping my brain around in terms of like, keys to victory for the two athletes. Because I do believe Superbon poses a very big threat to Noiri here. I think we're on the hype train with Noiri in terms of how he beat Tawanchai in his last fight, and even if you watch his fights before coming into one and being the K1 champion himself, and the dude wipes out a lot of guys. I know it is really, really high level, but he is primarily cushion heavy, so that means he wants to stay very much close in your face, no outside fighting, everything is inside fighting. If he's on the outside, he loves to attack the calf kicks. Now, I can't remember last, I'm sure Chad can help us out here, but I can't remember last seeing Superbon deal with type of calf kicks that Noiri does. I don't know if I can remember a clear fight of watching Superbon deal with something like that. And the same kind of tips. Help us out, chat, with that one. The reason why I'm saying this, because I think Noiri poses problems that Superbon hasn't really dealt with. You know what I mean? That being said, I think Superbon's his body kicks and his high kicks are something that are a touch better than Tawanchai's. If you ask me, I think it's a little bit faster. It comes at better technique. It comes at different angles as well, and that's really well. And Superbon fights fantastically on the back foot in kickboxing, meaning that he's prepared to take the back step the whole time and fight on the counter, and at the same time also be very proactive with that defense, meaning he will attack the body and the head with high kicks. Even if you have to defend them, he will do that. Throw out a jab with two-piece with a step-in knee and step back and throw a high kick again. Superbon will repeat these combinations a lot because it's combinations that he can end the fight, but also if it doesn't go for the finish, it's going to basically keep his opponent occupied with defense all the time. Watch how he beat Murat Gordon in his fight in kickboxing. I thought that was absolutely amazing performance from Superbon. Which I thought he might struggle with Murat Gordon considering how Shingiks Alizov beat him. Right? I thought Murat was going to put on the same kind of game plan on Superbon, but he was able to counter that game plan by fighting a very perfect back foot counter heavy fight style. And I think that's what's going to happen in this fight as well. He's going to do that. And what will happen is it's going to force Noiri to chase him down, at which point he'll become a little bit more susceptible to those counters. So it's a very much a pick 'em for me in a nutshell. Both guys are high level, and at any point they can both end the fight. I'm going to tip it towards Noiri ever so slightly because of home crowd advantage, firstly. But I do believe that he's got more devastating punches in kickboxing than Tawanchai does. Like these kickboxing punches come on like almost boxing techniques. So it's quite devastating. On top of that, the more devastating weapons that he has are the ones that I think Superbon hasn't dealt with yet. And those are the Kyokushin calf kicks and the Kyokushin tips. Particularly coming out of that gym that Noiri, Takeru, Yukiosa train from. They really use a particular style of kicking that is completely unfamiliar to Thai fighters in one championship. They just don't typically train against those or train that particular weapons. So I'm very keen to see. I know I saw Superbon with Khalil Roundtree in his camp for this fight in particular, and they were training a lot about how to check those calf kicks. Look, it's a lot easier said than done, and I don't think checking those calf kicks would be the correct defense. The reason being is I've done Kyokushin, right? Calf kicks is like the number one weapon, along with body shots. They love body shots because in Kyokushin, pure Kyokushin, you can't punch to the face, but you can high kick to the face. But they primarily train and fight very much like this. You stay so close to each other, and it's body, high kick, body like a 2-3 punch, and then it's a low kick, and it's like it's nasty stuff, bro. And even if you're checking it, it's still gonna fuck you up anyway. So yeah, I'm gonna go with Noiri. He's younger. He's got the opportunity to become a unified champion. He's got weapons that I think that will be difficult for Superbon to deal with. And I don't know Superbon going forward. I don't know if Superbon going forward will be the correct way for him to win, because Superbon going forward isn't the same as Superbon going backwards. I almost feel like Superbon is like the fighter that is most perfect fighting on the back foot. I don't think I've seen anyone else in the brand fight as good as he does on the back foot. So that means it's going to go in that format that's going to go in that pace where Superbon's going backwards, Noiri's chasing him down, and it's going to be a matter of Noiri dealing with those high kicks and high kicks and mid kicks, and then can he get into range to actually land his significant weapons, which is the carve, deep kick, and then let the boxing punches go. But yeah, I'm gonna go with Noiri. That's my pick for the win, bro. I think he's got more tools, and the opportunity is big. Opportunity is massive. You know what I mean? Superbon's competing in 2 disciplines. He loses here, he can always go back to the featherweight Muay Thai, where he's ranked number 1, by the way. You know what I'm saying? Noiri only compete in kickboxing. This is it for him. It's be all and end all here. So I think he's gonna get the job done.
Keep thanks, PG. We got Blessed Holloway, one of our FWF faithfuls here in the chat, saying Noiri needs to make this a dirty boxing fight, getting close and find his shots.
Exactly.
What do you make of that, bro?
That's exactly what I was describing. That's because Superbon is not going to. He's not going to be the one to do that. He's not going to go in tight. He never does that. Watch Superbon's fights in kickboxing. He doesn't. When Superbon goes forward, it's a jab, step in, knee. Right? He's not going forward. Jab, 2, liver shot, step back, high kick. Go forward. That's not Superbon. Superbon is like, if I'm going forward, it's 1 shot at a time. It's a big knee. It's a big high kick. It's maybe a 2-piece combination, but that's the most you're going to get from him. Whereas Noiri, it's like whenever he goes forward, it's like he unloads like a 7-piece combination, and then low kick to start and end the combination. So as much as he's throwing all these punches, he's also looking to really take out your base completely. You know what I mean? So I agree with with Blessed Holloway. I think that Noiri needs to make it an ugly fight and not a traditional tit for tat exchange. You kick, I kick, you kick, I kick. Don't do that. It's not Muay Thai. Go in there. You got the grace of bigger gloves, so there's a little bit more padding, so you can take a shot, get in tight, and start like putting some hurt on him. Make Superbon uncomfortable, and that's how you do it. Granted, like I said earlier, Superbon's best work is on the back foot, so you have to also be very defensively sound when you put in the pressure on him.
Mm-hmm. Keep thanks, brother guy, keeping you well informed as to what to keep an eye on for this one, ladies and gentlemen. Let us know in the chat your thoughts on this one. Who you got winning that? I see we got T in the chat wanting to know where Tawancha is. PG, any
Tawancha is
training.
And
I saw that he had a kid lately or something.
Yeah, he's got a baby and he's recently got married. But he's training. He's got a fight with Liu Mingyang December 19th, I think it is. So yeah, I think it's the last fight.
Thanks, brother Gaia. We got 10 people in the chat. Keep those eons once more. Please drop a like on the stream, ladies and gentlemen. It really helps us with the algorithm once again.
We're up to 9 already.
Superbon. So T, is that what you're picking for the fight? You're picking Superbon. Let us know why. And then we got our boy Blessed Holloway in the chat. Noiri by TKO. Gonna be an absolute banger, that's for sure.
I can see that actually, Blessed Holloway. Sorry, AD. Sorry to interrupt you there, bro.
No, you go.
I can definitely see that as well. No, Superbon. People forget, man. This is not 28-year-old Superbon. Becoming Thailand's best kickboxer. This is 35-year-old Superbon. Just got TKO'd by Tawancha in his last fight. You know what I mean? And since then, he hasn't fought. He's been training, and then he's done literally season 3 of Physical Asia. Asia, right? From the old TV show. Yeah, okay, they got eliminated early. Fine. But you and I both know in the film industry what it's like to perform something. It's not as simple as you come shoot and you're done. It takes some time. Takes a toll on you as well. Fighters, and you can see in that season of Physical Asia, Superbon wasn't really in camp. You could see he's a little bit balloony, if you will, and I was like, that's all that's craft food, that's on set.
Yeah.
So yeah, he's basically, I don't know if he's gonna be in the same. He might be fight shape, right? But will he be fight ready? Because it's a long time off, right? That last fight against Tawancha was last year. You know what I'm saying? So it's a lot for me that makes me worried. So is his body going to hold up? Is he going to be as durable as he was in the past? Will he be able to deal with the calf kicks and the deep kicks? Because let me tell you now, Iri's calf and deep kicks are not just to set up distance. They fight finishing weapons. He ends fights with those weapons. You know what I mean? So yeah, I can kind of see that placed all away. TKO finish for Noiri.
Let's go. Give thanks for the chat there, Blessed Holloway. And one thing is for sure, we gonna find out Sunday morning. But yeah, BG, if it's okay with you, we can move to some flyweight MMA now. Where
Absolutely.
we
Let's go.
have Yuya Wakamatsu coming up against Joshua Pacquiao. Yuya Wakamatsu is 30 years old, the current flyweight MMA champ. He's 9-4-0. He's got 2 wins by KO, 2 wins by TKO. He's on a 4-fight streak. Last time out, beating Adriano Moraes by first round TKO. Joshua Pacquiao is the strawweight MMA champ at 29 years old. His record in one championship is 14-4-0. 2 by KO, 3 by TKO, 4 by sub, 3-fight streak last time out. Getting the monkey off his back, beating Jared Brooks by round 2 TKO.
Yeah.
PG, who and why here, bro?
Yo, what's up, PSR? Shout out to you, my brother. Thanks for checking in, bro. Thanks for checking in. Much love.
What's going on, BSR? Shout out to you, bro. PG.
So in this fight, I've got Yuya Wakamatsu for the win. Personally, I feel like this fight, when it got announced, I thought it was strange. I didn't understand why when there were fighters in the flyweight division ready to go, i.e. Reese McLaren. Now he's not there anymore. Up steps Joshua Pacquiao coming up in weight. I don't know what Joshua Pacquiao looks in flyweight. It's quite a jump, right? It's 10 pounds, so it's quite a jump for him. Yuya Wakamatsu looks fabulous at this weight class. The dude is performing. I think this is an opportunity for Yuya Wakamatsu to really assert himself and go on a long title dominance, like a long reign. Because when I look at the landscape of the flyweight MMA, there's not many guys I can think, who's really going to beat Yuya Wakamatsu. I would say Albek Alishov that fought last week could be a potential, contender in there. I think he poses some real threats. He's also a big flyweight. Actually, no lie. Sorry, he fights bantamweight. There was another flyweight fighter that fought last week that looked really good. But anyway, I think Yuya Wakamatsu fights a lot like Joshua Pacquiao, actually. Fantastic grappling, powerful, dynamic striking, heavy hands, lots of forward pressure, just like Joshua Pacquiao fights, right? But I just think Wakamatsu's taller, bigger, stronger, heavier. It's like a mirror match, but the one guy is a class above in terms of weight. So it could be a stifled fight, but I just don't know. Like, I think Joshua will make it competitive enough. I feel like he will be able to make some grueling scrambles when they go into the grappling exchanges, because Joshua is really powerful and fast. I think the smaller weight class for Joshua Pacquiao will give him one advantage, and that would be obviously the agility and the speed. Because he is quite quick, and Joshua does seem to he's quite bouncy on his feet. You know what I mean? So it's not going to be an easy fight for Wakamatsu. I'll give you that, guys. I don't think it's going to be an easy fight in any way, shape, or form for Yuya Wakamatsu, but I do think he gets the job done. I'm gonna say I want to say second or third round submission, to be honest with you, or even a TKO, second or third round TKO. But the way Wakamatsu fought that against Adriano Moraes, the dude didn't even let up in that first round. He went immediately, and I thought that was quite interesting to see from Wakamatsu, because normally he takes his time and he sets up stuff and he doesn't just rush you down so quickly. So maybe he does it again, but I don't know if that's going to help him in this fight, because Joshua Pacquiao is a champion, and he's a world-class champion. You know what I mean? So I think it's going to be a difficult fight. Possible even 5-round decision, guys. Don't be surprised if you see a 5-round decision here. Don't be surprised. But I've got Yuya Wakamatsu for the win.
Fair play, BG. We got Justin in the chat. What's up, Justin?
Let's go.
Let's see your best. Always saying your BG. Maybe you can just weigh in on that chat there, bro.
What he's saying? I got Yuya by TKO. You're gonna need to defend takedowns, and you should be able to win on the feet. Won't be easy. Yeah, pretty much what I was saying. Because I don't think the grappling. Neither of the two fighters have a massive advantage when it comes to the grappling. I think they're pretty much equal. Joshua Pacquiao is very well coached, and he's got good defense. I mean, you saw the fight against Jared Brooks in the last performance that he had. And Jared Brooks was quite aggressive with the grappling, and he reversed all of it. In fact, he reversed it so well that it tied out Jared Brooks, and it gave Joshua Pacquiao all the energy to go and beat him up. You know what I mean? So I don't think it'll be that easy for Yawa Komatsu in terms of the grappling. I do believe he's the better striker, and he has the advantages. It's the reach, you know what I mean? It's the power, and he also has that twitchiness that Joshua Pasha has. He also has the hands down and the bounce on the feet, and then dart forward with the right straight or left straight, and then the next thing you know, you land on the ground. So it's going to be an interesting fight to watch. I don't think it's going to be. Personally, I think it's going to go to decision. I know I said second or third round finish for Yawa Komatsu. Now I'm going to stick with that. But there is also a very high chance this fight goes 5 rounds.
Let's go, PG. We got ESR in the chat once again, giving us some potentially concerning news here, bro. Hearing some things about the Rodtang fight. Don't be shocked if he doesn't make weight. Praying to God he makes it, man. Yo, bro, we're all going to be praying
Don't
to
lie, ESR.
Sky Daddies tonight, bro.
Nah, man. Don't lie. Don't lie.
I think you're working with condition nutrition, so you should be on weight. I mean, yeah. We have seen condition nutrition on Nick Atkins' podcast. He seems to be the go-to guy if you are trying to beat that weight and hydration test. But yeah, thanks once again for the chats, guys. Really do appreciate it. BG, do you have any final thoughts on this one, bro?
On the fight itself? Yeah, I mean, fun times. I mean, for Joshua Pasha, I mean, if he wins there, he's a 2-division champion. You know, let's just remember that for a second. For Yawa Komatsu, if he wins, he will just continue to assert his dominance as a flyweight king at the moment. I just want to say one more thing quickly on the condition and nutrition. If Rodtang doesn't make weight here, this can really ruin the integrity of condition and nutrition, the whole business itself. Just let that sink in for a bit.
I mean, possibly, but yeah, his track record does speak for itself, though.
Exactly, he goes down as the guy that like picks his champions. Like he's the dude that saved so many champions in one championship. So you know what I mean? Everyone's using him. Every champion is literally like calling him up because of his success rate. So I think if he doesn't get the guy on weight like he did at 172, questions will be asked.
Hundreds, and we'll get to that fight a little bit later. But yeah, thanks so much for the insight, the ESR0128. We do appreciate it. Really do appreciate all the interaction here, boys. But all right then, PG, we will keep moving, and now we go to the man himself. It is Nadaka Yoshinari coming up against Numsurin. And every time we see this guy fight, we run out of superlatives to describe this guy, Nadaka Yoshinari. He's 24 years old, undefeated at 3-0 in one championship. He's got 1 by KO, 1 by TKO. He's on a 3-fight streak, being 3-0. Last time out, beating Hamada Asmani by 3rd round TKO. Looking absolutely phenomenal once again there. Numsurin, 30 years old, 6-0 in one championship. He's on a he's 2 wins by KO on a 6-fight streak. Last time out, beating Song Chai Noi. So BG, yo, banger of a card. This is one that I'm definitely looking forward to most. I mean, every time we watch Nadaka Yoshinari fight, again, just absolutely crazy skills on display. Give us your thoughts on how this one's gonna play out, bro.
Yeah, again, look, I don't want to sound like what everybody's saying, right? And be boring and go, yeah, but Nadaka is just, he looks undefeatable, right? Every time you think about him fighting, you go, how does he lose? Like, who's gonna beat him? And in what kind of fashion do they beat him? You try to think about it because of his movement, his IQ, his ability to defend you while going forward, to stifle your attack style. He just does stuff where you think, where did he? How did he train that? Did they do massive game planning? Because sometimes he does stuff where you think that has to be improvised right there. That's not following the game plan. He's just flowing in the fight right now. He's just coming up with stuff as he's going along. However, Numsurin does pose some kind of threats here, guys. Now I know that we're all gonna go and say, okay, he's the major underdog here, right? But he beat Song Chanoi. And okay, it was a majority decision. You could have argued that Song Chanoi won that 2nd and 3rd round, right? Because there was a dogfight between the two of them. But I will highlight some stuff that Numsurin did extremely well in that fight, right? And that was managing distance and timing. Managing the distance and timing. Okay, it's a little bit slightly easier to manage distance and timing when it comes to Song Chanoi, because you know what Song Chanoi is going to do. You know what his primary fight style and weapons of choices are. You know what I mean? He's got that peekaboo stance, and now we're just gonna jump forward and smash you as hard as I can, right? And he was able to utilize his timing and his distance to counter that by really pick out when Song Chano is gonna dart forward. Beautiful body kicks, beautiful boxing combinations, slick counters. Here's another one that he did really well for me was he is actually one of those fighters in the atomweight division that has good range. He's actually quite lengthy in terms of his punching reach. Because a lot of the fighters in the atomweight division are generally all like equal in height, equal in reach, not that much discrepancy in the speed and height when they fight each other. But Nimsurin actually towers over a lot of the guys in the division. He's got that reach over them. And I just wonder what Naraka is going to be able to do with that reach, right? Is he going to be able to struggle with it? There's another fighter that's coming up. He's not on this fight card, but I do believe he also poses the similar threats that Numsurin possesses, and that's Sandro Bossi. It's also a atomweight fighter that is like above 5'5". You know what I'm saying? He's almost touching 6 foot. Numsurin, I think he's 5'8" or 5'9", if I'm not mistaken. So those are good advantages to have in a fight like this. He could easily use that and stay on the outside. You know what I mean? Don't give up any calf kicks to Naraka Yoshinari. Maybe switch all the time, throw out body kicks consistently. Use that boxing, pop out the jabs. Fight with those advantages. But that's also a lot easier said than done when you're taking on someone like Naraka Yoshinari, who, in my opinion, he is the final boss. He's on difficulty level 10. Like this man, he reacts to everything. He whiffs everything that you're gonna do. No matter what it is you're gonna do, he will be able to whiff it, counter it, find a way to not stifle it, and you can't do that ever again in the rest of the fight. He does this to every single opponent. So I got Naraka Yoshinari for the win here. I don't know if he gets the stoppage, guys. Numsurin is very tough. He took on the hardest puncher in the division in Song Chanoi and survived. He manages his range extremely well. He's got a good gas tank. He can go 3 rounds. This is a 5-round fight. Let's see what it looks like in the later rounds. But I still think Naraka wins like pretty much every round. If not, he'll get the finish. So I got Naraka Yoshinari for the win.
Yeah, again, it's very difficult to bet against the man. But it's going to be a great fight. Definitely another fight to look forward to on this card. It's just, again, bang after banger here, ladies and gentlemen. And we are very spoiled by what we are very fortunate to be seeing this Sunday. BG, any final thoughts on this one before we move to Rodtang?
Takeru, please fight me.
I'm ready.
Final thoughts on this fight, Eddie, before we move on. Another thing that I want to mention, just like for Masaki Noiri, it's a big opportunity for Numsurin. You know what I mean? And also another thing we have to also add to that is Numsurin is not 24 years old, he's 30. So this is like the opportunity, like the time has arrived for a global title. You know what I mean? Like the time has arrived for him, and you could grab it with both hands here. You know what I'm saying? And it's gonna be that versus the final boss in his hometown. You know what I mean? Like that's what we're gonna get here. So I think that makes for an amazing fight, guys. Get the popcorn, get the beer, get the Zaz, and enjoy the fights.
Yeah, and also I think bro, just the way that he goes about his business. There's a kind of arrogance about him that we don't really see from a lot of athletes, bro. And it's like,
who's this now?
From Naraka. There's a kind of arrogance about the way that he goes about his business that not a lot of fighters could pull off. But just because he is on such a level, it really is something to see. So yeah, be sure to tune in for that one, ladies and gentlemen. BG, we're gonna keep moving to some flyweight Muay Thai, and here we have the flyweight Muay Thai championship on the line. We have the aforementioned man who needs no introduction is Rodtang, the former flyweight Muay Thai champ, whose record in one championship is 17-2-0. He's got 3 by KO, 1 by TKO, 3-fight streak. Last time out, he starched Takeru Segawa in the very first round in that main event at 1172. Again, shocking result there, but he is coming up against Nong-O Hama, the legend in the game, 39 years old, former bantamweight Muay Thai champ. 12-4-0, 4 by KO, 1 by TKO. Last time out, he beat Kong Thorani by unanimous decision in his last fight. So these two, of course, great friends outside of the ring, but only one of them can walk away as the undisputed champion. Here, BG. Who's it gonna be?
I don't know, AD. I always used to be like, I'm gonna favor the younger fighter, especially when the older fighter is basically 40 years old, right? You go, oh, I don't know if you still got it, but I will say this, dude. When it comes to Muay Thai, Sam A has proven to all of us that it means no shit if you're 40 years old. You can still go in there and whip an ass and whip an up and comer, or not even that, a prospect that's on a massive streak. Taking them out. Nongohama fought a very informed Kong Torani. Let's be real here. You didn't fight against a washed out Kong Torani. Kong Torani is the same age as Rodtang, right? And Nong O went 2 fights with him back to back. Both fights were super close. Well, I said the first one was close. The second one was Nong O won the second one. And you could also see in that second fight, his experience is what really carried him through the fight, because it wasn't that much difference to see how the first fight played out. Kong Torani just noticed that Nong O did a little bit more than what he didn't do in the first one, and that was stay extremely active, stay on the front foot, counter a lot of the times, attack the legs, basically hit the body shots. And he also came back from a knockdown in that fight, which also highlights the champion level of Nong O. Just think about that for a second. He got knocked down in the first round against Kong Torani in the second fight, and he came back, and without any sort of debate, he won second and third round. And that for me, I find very impressive. It's like, oh my word, this dude still has the stuff. He still has the stuff. You know what I mean? He's still a high-level champion. So, and also in this fight against Rodtang, I think it's going to give Rodtang a tough time, guys. I really do think so, because Nong O I would say he's more experienced than Rodtang. He's also got the same caliber of weapons. I think I would argue that Nong O has got slightly better calf kicks. The way he used it against Nico Carrillo, for example, the way he attacked Kong Torani with the front leg, beautiful calf kicks. Because Rodtang doesn't necessarily throw that many calf kicks, but Rodtang is obviously devastating no matter what he throws at you, whether it's boxing combinations, elbows, getting in on the clinch, big knees or low kicks. He has finishes via low kicks. He's scary. He's the scariest dude to fight, right? But I think Nong O will most likely have the game plan to actually counter that. So what I'm saying here, guys, I'm not surprised if Nong O actually gets the title here. I won't be surprised. I think when it comes to Rodtang fighting a non-Thai fighter, I pick Rodtang every day of the week. But Rodtang fighting against a Muay Thai traditional Thai fighter of Nong O's level, I don't think I can see Rodtang winning that easily anymore. Now I think, oh my word, this is actually a lot more even than what people think. You know what I mean? Now it's a lot more 50-50 here. Of course, Rodtang again can put the lights out, right? The power is always going to be there, but Nong O also has the power. The real question is it going to be powerful enough to put Rodtang away? Has anybody knocked out Rodtang? Let me know in the chat, please, guys. Has anyone knocked him out?
There's a clip of I've seen a clip of him getting knocked out. Yeah, he has been knocked out at least once. It was a long time ago, but I don't remember who exactly it was. But yeah, there was a clip of him getting knocked out. I think it was a head kick.
Okay, must have been much early in his career, because we also remember that Rodtang's got almost 200 fights, or just over 200 fights. You know what I'm saying? It's a lot of combat, but I mean, when he became a lot more recognizable on a global stage, this guy has gone on a tear. Like, I know he's got lost to Tenshin Nasukawa, but even Tenshin wasn't able to put him on his ass. Tenshin cracked him with big stuff, right? And he wasn't able to put Rodtang down. We've seen fights in one championship where guys literally, Jonathan Haggerty put him through some hell and wasn't able to put him down. The only fighter I can remember that actually put Rodtang down was Superlek with an elbow. And I think Nong O can do exactly the same thing. I believe he can do exactly the same stuff. I think this fight's going to be 50-50, boys. And it's a toss of a coin for me, but I'm actually going to go for Nong O Hama.
I'm actually looking at the clip now of Rodtang getting knocked out, but I'm not sure if I can share it with you guys. It came against a guy named Sang Tin, and this was all the way back in 2013.
Look there.
So yeah, quite a long time ago. But yeah, again, just very concerning news regarding the weight miss or potential weight miss that might be on the card. So yeah, let's just hope that they manage to get over that first hurdle of actually making the weight. Because yeah, we do have some credible sources here giving us some whispers of potential weight misses. So let's just hope the best for that. We got our boy DSBV27 in the chat. For 5 rounds, the knockdown rule in 1FC means less. I can see Rodtang getting a knockdown but losing on points. PG.
Yeah, look there. So DSBV's also seen what I'm seeing here. You know what I mean? Because I also feel that I don't think Nongo would be able to knock him down as easily. Rodtang doesn't really get knocked down, but he can. Like that elbow that Super Leg landed on him was in tight on the clinch. They got very tight and close, and then he threw an up elbow, and that actually landed on him. And we've also seen Nong-O get knocked down. Of recently, these fights, right? We've seen him get knocked down, and I get that, and that's something to actually take into account. DSBV. I like what you said then. I mean, does that mean in the 5-round fight that the knockdown doesn't count as a 10-8 anymore? You know what I mean? What do you mean by that? But I do believe over 5 rounds, Nong-O for me will be able to have a better game plan because of his fight style. And I watched the two of them fight right in isolation, not each other. When I watch him in isolation, Nong-O does show me that he has a wider range of weapons. It shows me that he has different attributes in terms of where to throw weapons, at what distances, how to manage that distance. Right? Whereas Rodtang, I think he's just sheer the Iron Man. He's just so powerful. He's got that elite durability, and he also has that elite power. He can put you away with one shot. He can put you away with devastating power shots. You know what I mean? But it's not. How do I put this? It's not like Nong-O's, man. It's not like a super elite encyclopedia of weapons that Rodtang really goes through. It's just walk you down, attack your carve, and then we get into range. He's either gonna hit you with a hard elbow or he's gonna box you, bro. He's gonna box you really hard. Whereas Nong-O Hammer is a little bit more selective in his shots. He chooses shots a little bit more. What's the word? Yeah, he just goes through with like a robot. He just isolates where to go, and he picks those targets. And he annihilates it. Whereas Rodtang, he just looks to end you, bro. He wants to end the fight. He doesn't really want to play around. He just wants to end you.
Got DSBV27 clarifying. I thought this was what he meant. Just over 3 rounds, a single knockdown essentially wins you the fight. Over 5 it means less because you have more time to get it back, to get the points back.
Yes. Okay, got you.
We got our boy Blessed Holloway once again saying Rodtang wins this. Let's be real. Pretty cut and dry for him here, BG.
Why do you say that? Blessed Holloway? Let us know in the comments, bro. Why do you think it's so easy for Rodtang in this fight? I'd love to know.
Picking parlays for this one is going to be absolute cinema, bro. I'm looking forward to seeing all the variations of the picks, bro. There's going to be so much money going all over the show for this one, boys. Super hyped for it. But yeah, give us your thoughts. Because he is the Iron Man, bro. Plain and simple.
But he can lose on decision, man. You know what I mean? He can lose on decision. Rodtang can sometimes he can get out volumed. You know what I mean? If Jonathan Haggerty, when Jonathan Haggerty and Rodtang fought back in the day, if Haggerty had the equal amount of durability to Rodtang, right? I don't think that fight looks the way it looks, bro. I think Haggerty puts it on him. You can outstrike him. You really can.
Chris always saying Nongo's chin is kind of gone.
At ease, though. At ease. That I can agree with. Nong-O has shown us in his last couple of fights that he gets knocked down. Right? You can tag him. You can drop him. You've seen it.
Fair. DSBV27. I could see Rodtang line going really wide. If anything over plus 200, I'm taking Nong-O. Yeah, plus 200 on this line would be pretty insane. Yeah. But definitely looking forward to it. We did get DSBV27. Sorry, BG?
No, I'd say Nong-O would be a very good dog to calculate on in this fight. It wouldn't be that much of a gamble, actually.
DSBV did, of course, kick off the parlay picks for 1173 at Fighting with Friends. Giving his full picks. You can scroll up in the chat. As you can see, he's giving you the who and the how. BG liking those.
The only
So
ones
yeah,
I'm worried about the only ones I worry about in that is the Akimoto and the Suwakim. Like a little bit like, I don't know.
you're saying, but anyway, we'll get to that a little bit later.
And Dennis Pilic by KO.
All right then. Any final thoughts on this one, BG?
On this fight, I can't wait for it, dude. This is one for the ages, guys. Just as much as the hyped up Rodtang versus Super League, that was mad hype. That was like, what's the word for using OD or overdrive, whatever, overdose, whatever the word is. This fight also for me is just like this doesn't come around this often. This kind of level of competition and fights don't come around that often. So yeah, guys, we definitely blessed for this weekend.
Blessed Holloway in the chat saying you think Ray wins.
Yeah, me too. And I love Akimoto. I think he's a good, but I like him because I'm biased to his fight style. It just reminded me of nostalgia of competing with Cushion. But I think Demon Blade beats him again.
Let's go BG. Then we will keep it moving, and we're gonna go to some lightweight MMA, where the lightweight MMA championship is on the line. We have Christian Lee, who is 27 years old. He's the lightweight and welterweight champ. His record in one championship is 17-4-0. He's got 12 wins by KO, 4 by sub. Last time out, having a no contest with Alibeg Rasulov, his current opponent for this fight. This is, of course, a rematch. Rasulov is 32 years old. He's 1-0 in one championship, and of course, suffering the no contest in their last fight. BG, how's this one going to play out, bro?
I think it's going to be a continuation of what happened of the first fight. So I'm not sure how much you remember of it, AD. We did watch it live together, and it ended in an eye poke, which was a little bit shitty. And up until that point, Christian Lee was actually getting into the swing. Like you could see he was getting loose. He was getting warmed up. Because I'm going to say it now, he looked a little bit anxious for me in the beginning of that fight. Because, I mean, there was a long layoff, right? You can just understand that the long layoff was because of, unfortunate news to the family. So I can understand the anxiousness coming back into the ring after such a long time off. But he had the taste of it. You know what I mean? It ended a little bit, unfortunately. But he got the taste of being in the ring again. He got the taste of taking a punch and giving a punch. And I think maybe it might have waken him up, and then also seeing Adrian Lee compete. He's going on a good day, goes up against Takeru Tolo. It's like it revives the competition in him. I didn't realize he's still so young. I thought he was a bit older than what he is. He's only 27 years old. So like Christian Lee can still be that guy, dude. You know what I mean? If one championship is still looking for a US-based athlete in MMA to be a good champion for them, like Lee's still your guy. He's still arguably the best dude they got in terms of the amount of wins, the amount of fights they have. Outside of Anglang and Sang, who just retired, Christian Lee is the next best guy they have in MMA. He's got the most wins. He's got the most finishes, and he's still a 2-division champion currently. You know what I mean? So like, there's a lot there that can still market for this, so he can still be the number one dude for the brand. Look, Ariake Arena, as much as I like the dude, I don't know that he's that much of a competition for Christian Lee. Right? I watched Christian Lee versus Okreun. They had a very good rivalry going back and forth. I think Okreun won one fight, Christian Lee won the other fight, but Christian Lee like really put it on him and even got the finish. Alibeg Rasulov, when he fought against Okreun, it was a little bit of a snooze fest. I'm not going to lie. It wasn't that impressive of a win for me against Rasulov. I thought he was going to be a little bit more devastating, at least put on some hectic grappling on him and some devastating power with the punching. He's got some good ground and pound, but I don't think that the grappling of Alibeg Rasulov is of the same pedigree of Christian Lee's. I just don't see it. And Christian Lee has also got a pedigree of jiu-jitsu. Comes from a fantastic gym. He trains out in Venom Gym as well. He's just a high-level fighter, guys. He's got a ton of champions in his corner at his gym. He's coached by some of the best guys. The only thing I can think going wrong for him in this fight would be, again, the inactivity or another no contest. Or maybe the guy doesn't make weight on Thursday. Touch wood, none of this shit happens, and these guys fight nice and freely, and no one gets sick or hurt. Come on the weekend, we get a good fight. Pound for pound, overall, strength for strength, style for style. I think Christian Lee wins every attribute. Not only is he the superior grappler, but he's got the speed. He's got the power punching as well. Alibek Rasulov, although he's got good striking, he's a little bit stiff on the feet. You watch his techniques, it's a little bit rigid in the way that he throws his 1-2s. But when he gets you down in his ground and pound, dude, you better pray you get out of that man's guard because out of his top control because he will really put the hurt on you. So those are the avenues where I think Alibek can actually win the fight, is if he can get the fight to the ground. For me, make it a scramble, make it ugly, make it a taxing grappling match for Christian Lee. Although I'm saying that, Christian Lee also loves a grapple, right? Dude loves a grappling match. So the more I think about it, right, the more and more I break down the X's and O's, I just have Christian Lee ahead on all of them. So yeah, I'm gonna go with Christian Lee for the win here, guys. He's gonna defend his title. And a steal.
And of steel. Let us know your thoughts there, chat. Christian Lee and of steel. Or Alibek Rasulov and new. All right then, BG, we're gonna move because again we have so many fights to cover here, so many fantastic fights to cover, including Japanese royalty. It is Takeru Segawa coming up against the veteran in the game, Dennis Puric. Takeru Segawa is 34 years old. He's 1-2-0 in one championship, and he lost to Rodtang by first round KO in his last fight. Dennis Puric, 40 years old, 3-4-0 in one championship. Last time out, he lost to Zhao Suyai by second round KO. So yeah, again, what can you say here, bruh? Blessed Holloway saying it better than I can. Takeru by KO. I definitely think Takeru to get it done here. But BG, give us your thoughts on this one.
It seems like Blessed Holloway and myself, like we fans of the same fighters. It looks like, because I'm also a Takeru fanboy. I'm not gonna lie, I dig the dude's vibe, but I will say this: I am accepting of Takeru's ending of his career, and I feel like there's a new breed of Japanese kickboxers and Muay Thai kickboxers coming up that can take them the mantle now. So from Takeru, I mean, Yuki Yoza's there. He's 27 years old. He's in the same gym. You know what I'm saying? He's literally can be the next big Takeru superstar-esque. There's Jurai Ishii. Given due time, he's going to be that next big guy as well. There's a lot of dudes. There's even a couple of fighters on this fight card from Japan that's also in the same breed. It's just that none of them has reached the heights of Takeru in terms of dominating 3 divisions. But anyway, I think DSPV is actually onto something here with the Dennis Puric KO. Reason being, right? Dennis Puric loves a box. He loves a let's go, punch me in the face, let's go. Those knuckleheads, let's just fucking throw punches at each other. He loves that. And I can see how that can suck Takeru into a brawl where you don't want him to be in, right? And Takeru, let's be honest, he has been chinny, right? In his last couple of fights, he has been chinny. And I know that Rodtang knocked him out in the first round. We are aware that Takeru wasn't 100%. He had a cracked rib or bruised rib coming into that fight. But Tanzen, a 20-year-old that's getting KO'd by everybody, was able to put the hurt on Takeru, which was a bit surprising, right? Superlik also beat him. Superlik didn't drop him, but Superlik also beat him, right? And it just looks like Takeru has slowed down quite a bit. However, he did look good in his training camp for this fight card. I'm not sure if you saw the footage that he posted online. You see him in the gym. You see him going out to the US, get a training camp in the US, coming back to Japan. I can see Dennis Puric landing something big on him and rocking him and then getting Takeru into a little bit of a brawl and hunting him down. But I will say this: I'm still gonna pick Takeru. Reason being, when it comes to pure kickboxing, I think Takeru is by far the better fighter, by far. You know what I mean? I think that he has weapons that Dennis Puric doesn't really deal well with, and that is that deep kick, whether it's coming from the front leg or the back leg that Takeru throws. I don't think that Dennis Puric deals with that really well. Even when Rodtang did it to him, he didn't know how to deal with it. The calf kicks from Takeru is nothing like what Dennis Puric has faced in one championship. So again, and now I'm speaking about those 2 weapons so in particular, but I do believe that 2 weapons are dangerous, guys. I can't stress it enough. A very good back leg deep kick and a very good outside perfectly placed calf kick can really end you. It can end you within the first round. It can really end the fight. And I don't know if Dennis Pritch can deal with that. So if Takeru fights a fight where it's not one for the fans, not putting on a brawl and tanking shots and doing a young Takeru, I think if he fights a wild, game planned, oiled machine, choosing the particular target choices, not just getting into a wild exchange by attacking the body and attacking the legs, just like the way he did the finishing sequence against Tanzin. If you can go back to that, shot selection is very specific. I think he wins the fight, guys. But I think if it gets into a bit of a hype train, a hype fight, one for the fans, the crowd's going wild, and we're just exchanging blows, I think Dennis Pritch wins that. I think he gets the KO if he does that.
Fair play, BG. We got DSBV27 in the chat. Pretty much echoing what you're saying here. Don't count out Puric. He can make it 30. Push Takeru off, or Takeru gets cocky, trying to ride out the decision. Sudden right hook by Puric, and it's GG.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying, dude. It's exactly that.
Yeah. Placed all the way also echoing your sentiments here. Takeru needs to stay technical, use his toe kicks that hurt super leg badly, stay disciplined, and he wins this.
Fact.
It's a long shit. I get it though. I'm not quite sure.
Long shit, I get it.
It's a long shit.
I don't know what that means. But yeah, again, boys, I agree. I like that this Holloway used the toe kick that he used in Super League. That's exactly what I'm referring to. Even Noiri has the exact same weapon. You saw him use it again against Tawan Chai a few times. You can even watch the tape on long shot. Okay, long shot.
We the only two who didn't understand that, bro. Everyone else probably knew exactly what we meant. We're only like, what? What do you mean a long shit, bro? But anyway.
That's because we're from South Africa and they're from the US. They must have got each other. Nah, it's nothing to do with that. Still English. No, but I agree. That toe kick is exactly the type of teep I'm referring to, because it's not a traditional teep of the front foot. You put the balls of your feet into the chest or into the stomach of your opponent. It's not like kind of teep. It's a roundhouse teep. It's a Washigiri teep. I mean, it's almost like he's gonna throw a high kick, but then he doesn't, and he just throws the toes into your stomach. And I'm telling you, I felt it. I know what that feels like before. It can end your lights out, dude. That can put you, what we say here in South Africa, we say wind uit. That can literally take the wind out of you, and you don't have anything left. You're basically cooked from there. So, yeah, I just think there's a lot more weapons that Takeru can display technically that can actually win the fight for him pretty easily. But he has to stay technically sound, be composed, and don't fight the occasion. Just fight your fight, bro. You should be winning.
For sure. Give thanks once again there, BG. Placed all the way announcing that he is actually going to take a long shit now. So enjoy that one, bro. One of life's simple pleasures. Yes.
ADO
is yes, bro. Yes, exactly.
Making me sweat here now. AD says the exact same thing.
When I was watching United the other day, and then I saw, when I was still there by you, bro, I was watching it by you. I look at Brad and Burma, I look at you, Burma with you. I was like, it's the same, bro.
Brian and Buemo. Quality play, I'll take it. Tyler says I look like Mighty Mouse sometimes.
Yeah, that too, bro. They just like producing you guys in a factory, it seems, or something. But anyway, bro, we got quite a bit to still get through here, including the return of Marat Grigorian, who's coming up against Ruki Anpo, the possible future super heel of one championship, depending on how things goes here. Very excited to see him make his debut here. Former K1 lightweight champion, that is Ruki Anpo. His opponent, Marat Grigorian, is 34 years old. His record in one championship is 5-3-0. 3 by KO, 1 by TKO last time out. He beat Abdelali Zaidi by second round. KO. BG, are you excited as I am for Ruki Anpo to make his debut in one championship here, bro?
Dude, am I excited? I don't know if I'm more excited or more nervous for him, to be honest with you, because this is a tough opponent to have as your debut fight for one championship. I'm not gonna lie here. I think Marat Grigorian could actually be a very nightmare matchup for him. Um, Rukia Anpro, dude, what a superstar! What an absolute superstar! Definitely can be a heel for one championship. I watched some tape. I'm not sure if you saw the footage that got released of Rukia Anpo hard sparring with Sean Strickland. Did you see that?
No.
Yeah, he got pretty badly beat up in that sparring session. You could see his face was a little bit bruised. But I mean, let's be honest, Sean Strickland, 185er, 180, solid 185er versus a 70 kg 155er. You know what I mean? It's like it's you could see the size discrepancy. But anyway, why I'm bringing it up is they were pure boxing, and in this fight, I think that's what we're gonna see in this fight is primarily boxing. This Holloway says Strickland dogged him. You see, I watched the tape. It's cuck mad. Rukia Anpo had nothing. He had nothing for him. Right. I also watched the tape of Rukia Anpo's fight style. He's got some cool spinning back kicks in him. Right. He's got okay high kicks. He's got some good stepping knees, some good jumping knees as well. But he also loves to box. He loves the left-sided punches. Even though he's fighting in an orthodox stance, so he's got the right hand at the back. But Rukia Anpo loves that left hook counter, whether he's going up to the head or he's going to the body. Watch him to throw a left, right, then he sucks down to the left body again. I think Anpo, that I noticed was his best weapons of choices, right? That's where he goes, oh, you actually found the footage. Those are his best weapons. And that means he's going to have to get in tight and box with Maratko Gordon. And Maratko Gordon takes no prisoners, guys. Let's just be honest here. Maratko Gordon takes no prisoners. And when it comes to pure boxing, right? I know it's not a pure boxing fight, but both these fighters primarily are boxing heavy fight style fighters. I'm going to favor Maratko Gordon. Honestly, I'm going to favor him. I think his boxing is a little bit more devastating. I think his body work is more dangerous than Rukia Anpo's, even the punches to the head. And the one thing about Maratko Gordon, you really rarely see Marat let go of his defense. Go watch the tape, guys. Go watch his fights. You don't often see Maratko Gordon break defense. He's always here. He's always here. When he walks up to you, he's always here. He's taking up space, but he's always keeping that defense tight. He's not allowing his opponent to actually get him out of those positions. And then before you know it, you guys are up close with each other, and now he's unloading those combinations. Yeah, he's nation you to the body, coming up really high. Everything is short and tight, which packs a lot of power. So I'm excited to see Anpo fight. I really am. I hope that he wins because there's a lot of storylines that can be developed here for one championship. If he does win, you know what I mean? Rematch with Noiri, it could be wild. You know what I mean? It's adding more killer fighters to the featherweight kickboxing division, which is making it amazing to want to watch. But I think Gordon is a nightmare matchup for him. So I'm gonna go Maratko Gordon. You can say Nani, but for me, I'm gonna go Maratko Gordon. I just think that stylistically, this fight actually favors Marat. The only thing I want to see Marat do a little bit more is diversify his kicking choices, right? Because whenever I see him kick, it's usually like an inside low kick, but when he's in tight, just to kind of throw the opponent's stance off, and then he can unload some more of those boxing combinations. But Rukia Anpo has got the height, he's got the reach, and he's got the lateral footwork movement, which I think he's going to have to use if he's going to want to survive this fight. But yeah, I'm going to go Maratko Gordon, boys.
Fair play, bro. We also got your best friend, Blessed Holloway, leaning towards Marat here, bro. So we got two calling for Marat. Let us know if we got any Rukia Anpo stands in the chat here.
What did these people say?
I fear Anpo wasted 3 of his prime years, wasting his time doing silly things over in Ryzen.
There you go.
Always says them's facts right there, bro.
There you go. You see.
But yeah, I'm very excited to see him nonetheless.
Look at this, Holloway.
In BG about to have the same parlay. Let's fucking go, bro. Let's all get paid. Let's all get paid. Let's keep it going. Let's all get paid again. Exactly. Let's all get paid again, boys. BG, any final thoughts on this one before we move to what could arguably be the people's main event here, bro?
I didn't give a pick in terms of how this fight's gonna end. I just gave a pick for who's gonna win. My last final thought is I can see Maratko Gordon in the fight via finish.
Fair play, BG.
Body shot.
Body shot, KO, calling a shot. Yeah, let us know if anybody has a different opinion on that. Any Rukia Anpo stands in the chat once more. But anyway, bro, this is the one that so many people are looking forward to.
Yeah.
It
Big fight.
is leg kicks for days. It is Super Leg coming up against Yuki Yoza. This has been long anticipated. We have Super Leg, who is 30 years old, flyweight kickboxing champ and former bantamweight Muay Thai champ. His record in one championship is 15-2-0. 4 wins by KO, 1 by TKO. Last time out, he lost to Nabil Anane by unanimous decision. Of course, at 1-1-7-2. His opponent, Yuki Yoza, the pride of Japan, is 2-0 in one championship. The last time out, he beat Pictanon Pitch Fergus by unanimous decision in his last fight. So yeah, bro, there's a lot of. I saw a picture of Super Leg today, and honestly, my man's looking a bit thick. Not gonna lie.
Yes, he does.
So possible. Just hoping that everybody makes weight once again here. Before we go to your thoughts on this one, we got Blessed Holloway saying shit, man, this fight got me nervous as fuck. Please win Super Leg. Yeah, I'm also hoping for a Super Leg win here, bro. But BG, you can let us know how this one's gonna play out, though.
Yo, I'm sorry to disappoint you here, Bless Holloway, but this is where we were gonna part ways. I think this is where you and I have to shake hands and go, best of luck, my friend, because I actually gonna go with Yuki Yoza. Not because I'm a fan, and I'm obviously biased to Japan, but in terms of breaking this fight down, we got Chaotic in the chat as well. You're nuts.
Hey yo, what's up, bro?
What's up, you Chaotic? What's up, bro? Yo, Jedi. To be honest with you guys, I think Yuki Yoza wins this fight. Because when I look at the fight style and break it down, right, I actually want Yuki Yoza to win purely because he can do a little bit more in the bantamweight division for that title over Super Leg. Super Leg's already a champion in the flyweight kickboxing, where I think he should go actually consider defending that. But I low-key feel like Super Leg doesn't actually want to make that flyweight limit anymore. I think the weight cut may be a bit too much for him. That's why he's sticking in this division here. I could be wrong, but I just get that feeling. That being said, I think Yuki Yoza makes a better challenge for Jonathan Agnew over Super Leg. Super Leg already beat him. We get that, and we all want to see that rematch. But I think Yuki Yoza can make a better champion for the division. Now, for this fight here, how I think it's going to play out, I can see Takeru being the one walking forward and being the one that's sort of walking Super Leg down, Super Leg taking up back foot, and then throwing out, 1-2 straights in the low, throw in the low kick, throw in the calf kick, throw in the high kick, looking for the stepping knees. Pretty much the exact same game plan that he used against Takeru, but with a little bit more venom, a little bit more zest to his punches and kicks. Really trying to finish the fight. Not that he wasn't trying to finish Takeru, it just looked like he was prioritizing volume and footwork over knockout power shots. I think in this fight, it will be a little bit less of the high volume, but more of like sitting down on those strikes, making sure that there's a lot more power into those calf kicks and high kicks that he wants to throw, which I think he's going to have to do because he's going to have to gain the respect. I don't think Yuki Yoza is respecting Super Leg here. I feel like Yuki Yoza is going to try and bully him and actually walk him down and assert some kind of dominance. So Super Leg's going to have to hit back hard to actually stop Yuki Yoza. Now, the one main reason why I'm saying Yuki Yoza actually will win the fight, I believe that Yuki Yoza's kicking choices are more devastating. Like Super Leg can kick your legs all out of your right, but he has to throw a lot like that. And he doesn't really aim for the calf muscle. He aims for the thigh and the knee. Whereas Yuki Yoza, I think his target choices are a lot more. I just need to kick you 2 or 3 times in the calves, and then you basically have to switch stances now. You're done. Your Super Leg has to go a lot more before he starts forcing you to switch your stance. I think Yuki Yoza has also got slightly better boxing. If this is a Muay Thai fight, I don't think Yuki Yoza can even hold a candle in the wind to Super Leg. I think Super Leg finishes him maybe even first, second round. But because it's kickboxing, I said it last night, I'm going to say it again tonight. These high-level Muay Thai practitioners don't look the same when they're fighting in kickboxing. Tawan try, super leg, stamp. There's not many of them that look fantastic. Sita Chai, Superbon, what's his name? Ariake. Um, those are like the very rare kinds of Thai fighters that do very well in kickboxing. You know what I mean? And I don't think Super Leg is of that same pedigree. He's fantastic, but there are other kickboxers for me that just are above it, and Yuki Yosa is one of them. Yeah, it's gonna be a mad fight, guys. It's gonna be a mad fight. It could be. I think it's gonna be a 3-round decision. I don't see a finish for either dude. Maybe a knockdown here or there, but the one who wins this fight is the one who actually gets the first low kick dominance. The one who wins the low kick battle is the one who wins this fight. And for that, I'm gonna go Yuki Yosa.
Let's fucking go, BG. We got Chaotic in the chat here saying kicking machine title on the line. And I can definitely agree with that one, bro. Somebody gonna be living in a wheelchair for sure. Placed all the way. Super Leg for the win. The true kicking machine, Super Leg. But that title is definitely gonna be on the line for this one. Brother Guy. Yeah.
I want to know from Bless Holloway, what do you think Super Leg's keys to victory here in this fight is for him? Because I think it's a tough matchup for him. I really do think so. I don't think Yuki Yosa is gonna do what Takeru did in the fight with Super Leg, where it's like just walk forward and get into a boxing fight. I think Yuki Yosa works his way into the void a little bit better than Takeru does. He doesn't just walk into it and then takes low kicks and takes shots to the body, and he doesn't do that. Yuki Yosa's guard stays up. And when he enters the pocket, he enters by throwing a hard calf kick inside or outside low kick, and then he keeps his guard up. He throws a punch or two, exits with another calf kick or low kick. So it's a little bit more dynamic. So I'd like to know what you think Super Leg does to actually get around that. How does he win this fight? Anyway, you can go on, AD. We will get that comments while we go on.
Give thanks, BG, and yeah, definitely let us know they're blessed Holloway. We're gonna go next. We're gonna go to Nutshot. Nabil Nutshot Anane.
Got a comment.
There we go. Full analysis here from Best Holloway. The low kicks are gonna be is key to winning, like you said, but I think Yosa is a higher level of IQ fighter than Takeru. It's gonna be interesting.
Ooh, let's go. Let's go.
Got Nabil stands in the chat. Yeah, it's very difficult to bet against Nabil Anane these days, blessed. But yeah, we'll get into some numbers here for this featherweight kickboxing bout. Nabil Anane is the current bantamweight Muay Thai champ. This fight, of course, taking place at featherweight. But he is the current Muay Thai bantamweight champion. His record in one championship is 7-1-0, 2 by KO, 1 by TKO. Last time out, not shotting Elias Sinachi to a no contest. Coming up against Hiromi Wajima, who is making his debut here. 30 years old and also a former K1 champion. As you can see, one championship, I haven't even uploaded a picture for this guy. So, what can you tell us about this guy, BG? Any tape that you've been seeing?
Yeah, I'll drop a link in the chat for the guys if you want to do some information on him. But yeah, I think people are actually underestimating Wajima here, Hiromi Wajima, just because it's a late replacement, right? But and the fight's still going on, and I don't think one championship is gonna put their champion against a nobody. Oh, I can't put the link there. Okay, Eddie, I'm gonna send it to you in the private chat so you can have a look at it. Maybe you can bring it up on screen.
Sure.
It's basically just the resume of Wajima, so people can see what I'm gonna talk about here. Why I don't think one championship is gonna put their champion on a prime card like this in Japan against a can or a layup or against nobody, right? Show must go on. And Anane is still fit. He wants to stay. He wants to keep going. So who can we give him? Let's give him the current 70 kg super welterweight kickboxing champion coming out of K1, Hiromi Wajima. And if you guys look at his record, this guy's got a 75% finishing rate. Just TKO after TKO after TKO. I know you can see some losses there, right? But there's not that many losses. He only has 6 losses in his total in his career out of overall of like 27 fights, I think. So he's got a good win rate, a good finishing rate. He's a champion, powerful dude. dude, I think he's gonna take the fight to Nabil. It's gonna be tricky for him. Because honestly speaking, right now, I just can't see anybody beating Nabil. It's hard. It's hard to make out and envision like, who's gonna beat this guy. You know what I mean? Like Super Leg beating, because Super Leg took out his legs. Super Leg took out the base, and he basically didn't allow Nabil Anane to have any rhythm in that fight. He just had nothing for him. Took his legs early. Wajima could do exactly the same thing, guys. Wajima has got devastating knockout power, right? He's got sharp, precise boxing, and his kicking choices is that of Yuki Yoza. It's highly selection that he chooses his targets in a very good manner. He doesn't rush for anything. He's very composed. He's gonna have to keep his guard up. I think he's gonna be under the gun the majority of the fight because Nabil Anane, he's not only is he tall, but he's extremely fast. And Nabil Anane is also a very, what's the word I'm looking for? He's active on defense. So even if Nabil's going backwards, you're walking into a jab, you're walking into a 2-piece or a 3-piece. You think you can walk him down, but then he's throwing out a high kick, and now you're forced to defend. That's what Nabil Anane's going to give you. Basically, you need to prepare to fight him for every second. There's no rest when you're fighting Nabil Anane. He's not gonna do this and stand there and we're gonna just lose 5 seconds of the round, and then he's gonna throw out the jab. That's not how Nabil fight. Nabil fights every second counts, and he's gonna try and win every second of that fight. So, yeah, I'm gonna go Nabil Anane for the win, but it's again just ever so slightly, guys. Just because I think Hiromi Wajima is a bit of a dark horse here because of the unknown factor to the masses, if you will. Like if you aren't watching K1 and you aren't following the kickboxing thing, like I know about him because I actually let to go watch tape on the guy. I never watched Wajima fight before. I never watched him fight live before. I didn't watch a single K1 card in my life. Maybe I watched K1 when I was younger, but that was like watching tape of Andy Hu and Mike Bernardo and those guys, you know. But you know me, Wajima, I had to go watch tape on this guy and like isolate his fight style. And I think that it's gonna be a tricky fight for Nabil. I still think he's gonna win because the height already carry him through. You know what I mean? The fact that he can throw shots in spaces where a lot of the fighters can't throw back at him in those moments because of that reach advantage. You know what I mean? Like, people can throw out the jab and nothing can come back at him. Like, he doesn't have to worry about anything coming back at him after he throws a jab too. So yeah, but let's see. Let's see. Wajima's gonna have to make it ugly. He's gonna have to basically just stay in Nabil's face, but constantly, every moment when he has a chance, kick the leg, kick the calf, whether it's inside or outside, kick Nabil's legs. Whenever you're in range, throw a kick. You can keep your guard up and still throw a hard calf kick. Justin Gaethje does it a lot in MMA. Just fight like a Japanese guy, exactly like Jedi saying here. Fight like a Japanese kickboxer. In every moment of that fight, if you kick Nabil in the legs, it's gonna stop him. It's gonna slow him down. It's gonna make him stop, and then you can tag him with something. But I still think Nabil wins the fight.
Yeah, he's a tough puzzle to figure out, but yeah, Super Leg showing that it can be done, and that does seem to be the blueprint. BG, any final thoughts on this one before we move, bro?
I think if Nabil loses here, then I think we got a new contender. Another thing we also have to highlight is Nabil's going up in weight for this fight.
Yeah.
And that's a big factor, right? Because Nabil looks fantastic at bantamweight. We've never seen him fight at featherweight before. So let's see what Nabil looks like at 155. Let's just see what he looks like.
Yeah, definitely. Let's see
And
if we can find...
and Wajima, this is his weight. He's a champion at this weight class.
Yeah, they don't have his height here on the One Championship page, Nate. But let's see if we can find it on Topology, I'm sure.
Noiri.
No, Wajima.
No, sorry, Jed was just telling me he's saying Wajima fights like Noiri.
Okay. I'm just trying to get this man's tail of tape here.
He's 5'11".
5'11". Okay.
He's 5'11".
There you go. He's like 5'10". We got Best Holloway confirming we're 5'11", 5'10". Gonna be very interesting to see how he adjusts to lightweight, and if that's gonna be a major factor. But alright then, BG, we do have the return of Stamp coming up against China. Morimoto. Stamp making a return here at 27 years old. She's the former kickboxing, Muay Thai, and MMA atomweight champ. She's 14-4-0. 1 by KO, 3 by TKO,
And
2 by
kickboxing.
sub in the MMA.
Three,
So
three champ,
kick,
three
3
sport
sport champ.
Yeah.
4-fight win streak, beat Hamsit here by third round TKO in the last fight. Kana Marimoto is 33 years old. The Ecuador One Championship is 1-2-0. Last time out, she lost to Pechija by unanimous decision. BG, as we transition, we got Anonymous Potan in the motherfucking chat. Yo, what up, Potan?
Frindo. Great idea.
Right. Here we
What
go.
do you say, Jim?
All the boys in the chat.
Nah, it's
Potan,
not right.
You gotta give us your picks, bro.
So yeah, AD, this is a big one. I want to quickly just correct there because it was a typo error there. Autocorrect on the last fight that Stampede. It was Ham Soo Hee. Just to correct that.
Okay.
Sorry about that.
No worries, no worries. Maybe just before we get into this one, bro, you could just catch Potan up on your picks so far.
Okay.
And we can just go straight to the top of the card. Just give us your picks. Obviously, don't have to give
Sure.
us the whys. Let's go.
Shot you power time for pulling through, bruh. If I can give you some of the picks. So main card, I've got Masaki Noiri for the win. Tough fight for him, but I think he's got the weapons of choices to actually stop Superbon. He just has to watch out for that body kick. Co-main event, I went with Yuya Wakamatsu for the win. Bigger, stronger. That's his weight class. Yeah, all the advantages are on his side. Naraka Yoshinari against Numsurin. I got Naraka Yoshinari for the win there. Although Numsurin is good boxing and taller, Naraka is still from a different planet.
Naraka.
It's not real. Rodtang and Nong O. This was the one where I actually went against the grain and I picked Nong O for the win. Everybody went with Rodtang, obviously, but I think Nong O has a very good chance here on actually upsetting everybody in this one. So I'm gonna go Nong O Hama, and then the Christian Lee versus Albek Rasulov. I went with Christian Lee here. I thought he was winning the first fight up until that eye poke, and I feel like if there's no eye poke and no nut shots, touch wood, Christian Lee is the superior fighter. I think he's better striking and grappling, so Christian Lee for the win there. Takeru versus Dennis Puric. I went with Takeru. I think technically he's the better fighter. Got more experience in kickboxing. That's not Muay Thai. Yeah, I think if Takeru stays technical and utilizes that calf kick and the body kick the way he did in most of his fights, I think he gets the job done. As long as he doesn't get into a brawl. We move on. Marat Grigorian versus Rukia Anpo. I went with Marat Grigorian. I felt that Marat Grigorian is the more devastating striker. I think Rukia Anpo's personality is bigger than his fight style. That's that. Edison saying versus Yuki Yoza. I think this is probably the most difficult fight on the fight card to actually pick realistically. I think it's the hardest one to really break down and isolate. But I went with Yuki Yoza Powatan. I think, like I said in the beginning, the one who lands the more devastating calf kick first is the one who leads the dance. And I think that's Yuki Yoza. I think he's a little bit more technical when it comes to that. Which is a big thing going up against the kicking machine, right? Nabil Anane versus Hiromi Wajima was one we just broke down now. And I did say Nabil Anane for the win. That's largely because of the height, right? He's massive. He's a massive height discrepancy here. And he can utilize weapons in moments or in spaces where Hajima won't be able to actually get him. That being said, it is featherweight. It's a step up in the weight class. He is fighting the current champion right now in Wajima. So don't be surprised if Wajima is able to tank a lot of Nabil's shots, being the bigger and heavier guy. You know what I mean? He might be able to tank Nabil's shots, and if he lands a heavy shot to the body, will Nabil be able to deal with it the same way? It's a big one there, but I still got Nabil for the win though. And then now we're obviously on Stamp and Kani Marimoto.
Give thanks, PG. And off you go. We can continue along our merry way.
My gum got in quickly. Start another round. All right, Stampedix versus Kana Marimoto. I think she's also a K1 champion, if I'm not mistaken. Really good fighter. I'm not gonna lie. I thought Kari Marimoto won my respect when she went toe to toe with Pechija. I feel like I was like, yo, okay, you can fight. I thought Pechija was gonna sleep her, was gonna completely take her out, and she went toe to toe with the guys. That I found very impressive. And I think, to be quite honest with you, I think Pechija also gives Stamp a tough time. Personally, I think Stamp should stick to MMA at this stage of her career. She has nothing to prove in MMA, in kickboxing or in Muay Thai. She's won all those titles already. And at 26 years old, maybe moving into MMA only would be beneficial for her career going forward. Now, I actually agree with what DSBV said yesterday, and ESR also said it yesterday, that they're picking Kana Marimoto for the win here purely because it's in Japan. It's also Kani Marimoto's sport. This is her bread and butter. It's kickboxing. It's what she knows. It's what she eats, sleeps, and does all day. And like I said earlier in the live chat, boys, Thai fighters that are fantastic in Muay Thai don't fight the same in kickboxing. Rajan Chai is another example. Although he's a fantastic kickboxer, he's just not the same level of threat when you're fighting him in 4-ounce Muay Thai gloves. Same thing with Stamp. Stamp in 4-ounce Muay Thai gloves, one of the toughest women to fight on planet Earth. Right? Fight in MMA, she can tap you out. She can body kick you the fuck out of you. She can really end you in various ways. But in kickboxing, it kind of levels the playing field a little bit because now the punching power doesn't carry through the same way as it does in 4-ounce gloves, right? Granted, she still has that body kick she can do, but she can't clinch knee anymore. She has to step in knee now, right? She also has to she's forced to box. It's different weapons, it's different dynamics, it's different vibe in the ring. They completely, I know a lot of people say, and even the fighters themselves says, kickboxing, Muay Thai doesn't matter, I'll do both. But I think as fans, as fight enthusiasts, anyone with a pair of eyes when you're watching fights, these guys don't look the same. That one guy looks like a shadow version of himself when he fights kickboxing. Looks like he still has to go back to school to learn how to fight when he fights kickboxing, right? Versus when he fights in Muay Thai. Same thing with Stampia. I think the kickboxing gloves and the rule sets is going to favor Marimoto, in my opinion. And I can see her winning this fight on decision by a fight style, which is high pace, high volume, in your face, walking forward, just throwing stuff, heads down, biting down on the mouthpiece, and just like tagging you, but just zombifying the fight. And that can be a fight that can be a style that can really irritate someone like Stamp who wants to be a bit more technical. I want to be more on the outside here, and I want to pick my shots, and I want to piece you up from the outside and attack that body from the left body switch kick or the roundhouse back kick from the back leg. That's what Stamp does, right? That's how she likes to fight when it comes to stand-up fighting. She's not going to fight you the way Kani Marimoto fights, where it's like eliminate the space in between, get up close, and just unload a 20-piece combination on you, and then do that for 5 rounds. Marimoto doesn't get tired. And these are things that worry me. And the biggest factor for me that worries me about Stamp is that this is her first fight in 2 years, guys. Let's just remember this. This is Stamp's return fight after how many times have been injuries, how many times of surgeries. You know what I mean? Coming back, getting injured again, tearing your ACL. Is she going to look the same? Is she going to be the same Stamp that we watched before? You know what I mean? Because before getting an injury, she basically cracked the code. She dominated combat sports, becoming a 3-sport champion. Like let's be real. No one else has done that in the UFC, which is only MMA, by the way. But like in one championship, no one else has done that. There's lots of boxing Muay Thai guys, right? But there's not many fighters that are doing all 3 sports. So that was the Stamp that we had. But there's a very long layoff, boys. I don't know if we're going to see the same Stamp here. So I'm actually going to go Kani Marimoto, unanimous decision.
Damn, bro. We got some Stamp stands in the chat at the moment here. We got Jedi Knight and Chaotic going absolutely crazy for Stamp. Just before we move a bit further with that, Potan has just sent in his picks up until now. Give thanks, Potan. Any thoughts there on Potan's early picks? I think you picked Wakamatsu, I think you picked Fascia here, and that's pretty much the same.
You got Noiri, Pasha, Nadeka, Rodtang, Lee, Takeru, Gregorian, Superlek, Nabil, Stamp. Yeah, pretty much. It's pretty much the same. The only ones we don't have the same is Stamp and Pasha. I
Hmm.
went with Wakamatsu and Marimoto. I hear what Jedi is saying about the punching bag situation for Marimoto, but I think the way Stamp fights, it's very like Thailand rhythm. It's a Thailand, it's a Muay Thai rhythm the way she fights. It's not a kickboxing rhythm, and Marimoto fights kickboxing pace and rhythm. It's like it's fast, it's on you, it's a lot of punches, not many kicks, a lot of punches. Where Stamp is kick heavy than she is punch heavy, and there's no elbows, so she can't use her primary weapon. You know what I mean? So she's gonna have to resort to that body kicks, which is probably gonna win her majority of the rounds, and that's where she could win the fight. She could bag the first 2 rounds with those body kicks, and then lose the third round and still win the fight. And I think that could be a likely outcome for her. Or to go the other way around, where Marimoto just overwhelms her for 2 rounds, round 2 and 3.
They play BG. Well, I mean, I think there's a lot of combat sports fans hoping for a successful return for Stamp.
Yeah,
Definitely, I
me
think
too.
it's
Me too.
absolutely crazy for the former three-sport champion here. Any final thoughts on this one, BG?
Um, Not much. Honestly, I would have actually had loved to have seen Stamp fight Ayaka Miura for the interim title. In the meantime, that would have been the better fight to make than fighting Kana Marimoto, in my opinion. Because Ayaka Miura deserved the ticket for the fight card. She went on a massive run, 5-fight
Yeah.
win streak, 4 finishes,
Yep.
getting the title shot against Denise Ambuwanga. Denise Ambuwanga pulls out of the fight, gets injured, and then now they don't give her a single fight. She's quiet. You don't even see any social media posts. So
Yeah.
that's my actual initial thought for this fight. It should have been Stamp versus Ayaka Miura interim title fight. Kana Marimoto could fight somebody else. I don't give a fuck. She could have fought against Kazenska. How they put Kazenska against Pajija. Where they could have gone Pajija versus Rodriguez instead. Anyway, we got these fights now. Let's go with it.
Fair play, fair play. We got Blessed Holloway dropping his picks in the chat. Big thanks, Blessed Holloway. Let's go.
What does he have? No eating. Yuya, Nadeka, Rodtang, Takeru, Marat, Nabil, Stamp, Superlek. I mean,
think those are pretty solid.
that's the ones I've said. Yeah, it's pretty accurate. Except for Stamp.
Honestly, I think we have to do some kind of a giveaway or something here, bro. If somebody gets like all their picks on this
Yeah.
card, we have to give them like a free T-shirt or something.
Yeah,
You
let's
know
see
what
what
I
we
mean?
can
Once
do.
the
We
merch
can work on
drops, we can get
But
a
I mean,
parlay king T-shirt.
this Holloway is like, he's all the way in the States, bro. So we're probably gonna have to buy something in the States.
We-
Let it like deliver in the States.
Yeah, we'll ship it, bro. We'll ship it. Don't worry about it. I know a guy.
An online purchase.
Yeah. Nah, we'll make it happen. We'll make it happen. But all right then, we can keep moving. And speaking of
What is chaotic
Ayaka
saying? Here?
Miura,
No,
crazy.
he's saying something about. Yeah, that means she has a lot more to prove in this fight. Who is he referring to there?
I think he's responding to Jedi's comment saying that she's a punching bag.
Okay.
I think it's all going off here.
It must say, Pajija is a poster child. She sucks too.
Fagija.
Butchering all the names here.
Fagija, bro. But all right then, boys, we will keep it moving. And speaking of people getting choked out, we have some lightweight MMA. It's Shozo Isojima coming up against Takeru Segawa.
Oh.
Shozo Isojima is 28 years old. He is undefeated at 1-0 in one
Chaotic
championship.
Sorry.
Hey?
Look at Chaotic's last comment.
Okay, let me just finish this, bro. Then I will get around to comments in a second. Sorry. Shozo Isojima is 28 years old. He is 1-0 in one championship. Last time out, he beat Nicholas Wigner by second round TKO. Takeru Segawa, I think this is his second fight. No, his third fight in MMA, right?
No. This is gonna be his second fight.
His second fight in MMA. Last time out, he beat Adrian Lee by second round sub.
Yeah.
So let me get around to that comment. I was referring to Stamp. Cute. There's one some getting all kinds of feels here for Stamp. That happens, bro. But anyway, PG, is this gonna be another dub for Taratolo and he goes marching on in his MMA career, or is the local boy gonna spoil the party here, bro?
You know, now I will say this: if Isojima had I would say a wider resume, like a lot more fights under his record, I would have said, okay, he wins. But because he's also relatively early in his career, like he's not, I think he only has 6 fights in total. He's undefeated, 6 fights in total. I think two finishes, 3 finishes. So, but it's still relatively early in his career, right? He's got good ground and pound, good grappling. He primarily wants to grapple and ground and pound his fighters. That's how he gets his finishes, right? But that means you're gonna go into the game plan of Tairo Tolo. You're gonna walk into his game. He's gonna tap you out. He can tap you out standing if he has to, right? And Tairo Tolo is quite tall. You know, guys forget Tairo Tolo competed at 180, 185 pounds in jiu-jitsu. He's taking on middleweights, guys. Let's just let that sink in for a second. Shozo Isojima is lightweight MMA. These guys are weighing 170. This is a 170-pound division in one championship. And Tairo is big 170. He fights lengthy as well. I'm going to say it now, although the Rotolo brothers look pretty whack when it comes to their striking, but we have to also give them a pass. They only now transitioning into striking, right, into MMA. But guys, Tairo threw some good weapons in that fight against Adrian Lee. I thought Adrian Lee was going to outbox him when it comes to the standing part of the game, but Tairo was throwing lots of body kicks from his stance, good straights out there. He actually held his own when it came to the standing part of that fight. I mean, look, he didn't really blow Adrian Lee out of the water when it came to striking, but he was striking well enough to keep Adrian Lee on the back foot and to keep him uncomfortable and to like make the fight a little bit chaotic for him, which forced the grappling. And then at that point, we know Tairo is like, thank you, I'll take your neck. And I think that the same thing's going to happen here. So my pick is actually going to be Tairo Tolo. I'm happy he's facing someone that's going to be higher caliber, someone with a little bit more experience in MMA, not a layup. It's going to be a good test for him. But I do believe that Shozo is going to struggle with that reach and that distance from Tai, because Tai is going to blast the kicks. He's not going to be afraid of being taken down, so he's going to blast the kicks back. It's going to force him to react. Sujima's going to have to do something about it, because otherwise he's going to get beat up the whole time. At which point he's going to shoot for the takedown, and Tai's just going to be like, thank you, last choke, tap, lights out. Okay, baby, let's go.
Okay, thanks, brother Gaia. It's pretty much cut and dry. Maybe you're for Tairo. Let us know, chat, your thoughts. But we will keep moving. It is the return of Suakim one more time, ladies and gentlemen, coming up against arguably his toughest test yet in Jake Peacock. Jake Peacock is 32 years old. He's 2-0 in one championship. Last time he beat Shinji Suzuki by 3rd round TKO. The man on his title run, Suakim, 30 years old, 6-2-0, 3 wins by KO, 1 win by TKO. He's on a 5-fight win streak. Last time out, he beat Zafar Saik by unanimous decision. So, BG, is it fair to say that this is going to be Suakim's toughest opponent to date? Would you say that's a fair comment?
No. I won't say that is fair. I won't say it's a fair comment. I would say it will be a difficult opponent for him, but I think there are fighters that he walked through pretty easily, who I think were actually a little bit more tricky for him. For example, Otis Wagon, I think was quite tough for him to deal with, right? Because of that, Otis was a massive dude, and he arguably could have made a strong argument for Otis to win that fight. Dennis Demi Kapoor has a higher resume than Jake Peacock, and also incredibly difficult fight. Even though Suakim knocked him out, it's because he made those fights look easy. Because Jake Peacock has got 2 devastating finishes. We're going, oh, Jake Peacock is a bit devastating, right? Oh, he has 1 finish. But I would argue that Jake Peacock's 2 opponents in one championship aren't really anything. You know what I mean? Shinji Suzuki that he beat, he's a has-been, guys. I'm not trying to throw shade here, but I mean, he's not really anything special. He's of the old time. He's not really anything right now. And then the other guy that he fought was also a guy from Japan, Kuhi Shinjo, who, again, is like, who are you? You know what I mean? And I watched Jake Peacock's fights, right? What you really have to watch out for when it comes to Jake Peacock. Chris Holloway says, to be fair, Jake has fought bums. Exactly. He hasn't really fought against high-level Muay Thai practitioners, guys that's been there in some tough competition. And Suakim has fought top names, guys. Dennis Demikapuri is a big name. Go check him out. He's a big name. And Suakim KO'd him in 2 rounds. Right? He's got on a fantastic win streak. The only thing I'm fearful for Suakim in this fight here is there's no glove on Jake's left elbow, right? Excuse me, it's left or right elbow. There's no glove on that, right? And I said this in the yesterday's live as well when we were busy doing the recap. Jake Peacock throws that left elbow like it's a hook. So you're not getting elbowed. Bang, you're not getting elbowed like that. He throws it. When he throws it, it's like he's hooking you. Now, that hook is coming at your face without the glove. So it's basically like a bare knuckle shot. So watch that fight against Shinji Suzuki. Whenever he tagged Shinji with that arm of his, with the elbow, Shinji looked like he got hit with a hammer. His eyes went like this, and he was like, "What the fuck was what just touched me?" He didn't even know. You could see it felt like nothing he'd ever felt before. It wasn't a shot with a glove. It felt like a bone. And elbowing somebody and hooking somebody is not the same impact, guys. It's not the same impact. I'm gonna say it now. It's not the same impact. So when Jake Peacock in tight those spaces is where he's most dangerous. And Suakim loves to get in tight. Or watch all his fights. Suakim wants to get in your face. He doesn't have the longest of reach when it comes to bantamweight, so he wants to get in close and let the boxing go. And I think that's where Jake is gonna tag him with something big. And I don't know if Suakim is gonna be able to recover from being punched in the face with a naked elbow. I'm just worried with that. That's my biggest fear for him in this fight. I think stylistically, if Suakim fights technically and attacks the legs, attacks the body, fights with jabs, and don't just rush in and make it like he normally does, I think he beats him. I think beating Jake Peacock is not trying to KO him. You just got to outclass him. Simple as that. Because everyone has tried to go in there and take his lights out and outbox him, but then they get clipped with a short elbow. Oh! And then they go, oh, fuck. I get knocked down. What just touched me? Was that elbow, bruh? Which isn't coming at you to slice you. It's coming at you to knock you out. It literally feels like a bare knuckle punching you through the face. And I feel like that's a big advantage for Jake Peacock in any of his fights. That's why I think to beat him is to beat him from the outside and not to beat him on infighting. Fight him on the outside. He can't actually hit you. He has an upper arm, guys. He can't jab you. So you fight him on the outside, you beat him.
Yeah, it's a controversial topic because I mean, like you said, he kind of loses the advantage of not having the reach, but at the same time, he has the ability to do so much more damage when he does land. So maybe in some senses that kind of balances it out a little bit. You can let us know your thoughts in the chat, ladies and gentlemen. Hopefully Suakim goes 6 in a row here and we can really start talking title shot.
Absolutely.
Any final thoughts from you on this one?
Or at least top 5 contendership. You know what I mean?
I'm being hyperbolic because I'm trying to get my man that title as quickly as possible. So I want to be there when he wins it so I can say, but I said from the very beginning this man was going to win the title. But anyway, definitely top 5 after this, realistically speaking.
For sure.
Brother Guy, any final thoughts here, bro?
I'm excited, bro. I like watching a Jake Peacock fight because I'm keen to see like how fighters deal with the unorthodox nature of Jake Peacock. It's just people struggle with it. So I want to see what's work. And Suakim is the kind of guy that will go now walk into it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
He will go shot to give him a shot. So interesting fight to watch, guys. Expect that fight to be extremely bloody. Probably going to be the most gruesome fight of the night.
Yeah. Like we said, Suakim is quite eatable at the best of times. So, yeah.
Exactly.
Blood will be spilled for sure, I think, yeah. One that might not last too long is the heavyweights MMA. It is Ryugo Takeuchi coming up against Shamil Erdogan.
Mhm.
Takeuchi Ryugu is 22 years old. His record in one championship is 1-1. Last time out, he beat King G won by first round KO. Absolute slugfest, that one, if memory serves. Shamil Erdogan, his opponent, is 35 years old. Perfect in one championship at 4-0. He's got 2 by KO, 2 by TKO. 4-fight streak. Gilberto Galval was his most recent victim of a first round TKO. Who and why here, bro?
That was a dumb fight. I don't know why they made it.
Yeah. But here we are, BG. 1-1-7-3.
Yes, sir.
Who and why here, bro?
You know, AD, when you ask me and I'm gonna answer like a quick fire answer, I go Shamil Erdogan. Right? 4 finishes in one championship, 2 over against Ang Lang and Sang, and devastating finishes, guys. It wasn't just the left to counter that he loves to throw. It was high kicks as well that ended those fights. Now you will argue and say, okay, yeah, but it was Ang Lang and Sang at the end of his career, the 40-year-old. Then he fought Gilberto Galvao, who is basically a walking steroid, and just also another guy that's fought. His heyday was literally 20 years ago. So it's like he's beating these old hags. Let's give him somewhat more competition. Now he's getting a tough competition here and a young stud in Hugo Takeuchi. However, Takeuchi does, like you mentioned, this last fight was a slugfest, right? Remember how that both guys got dropped in that fight, but he ended up getting the KO eventually. That means Takeuchi is the kind of guy that I'm gonna make a brawl out of this. I'm gonna get in tight and slugfest and just attack very hard. He does have good kickboxing weapons. He does have some decent kicks on him as well. I don't know what his grappling looks like. I believe Shamil can grapple. I don't think I remember seeing it that well, but I mean, because he's got so many KOs, but I think he can grapple as well. But I just believe that that counter striking of Shamil is something that Takeuchi might have a difficult time with. Now, I will say this: I don't know if Shamil Erdogan has the same kind of stamina and sort of venomness in his striking in the later rounds. I think Takeuchi has got the youth and the vibrance on him. I think he can go 3 rounds, but I don't know if it's going to get there. I believe it's going to be a first round KO because of the fight style. I think both these guys are KO specialists. Both guys want to strike. I think it will serve either one of them well if they actually shoot for takedowns. But these are MMA fight, guys. So shooting for a takedown will be in your advantage. But I just don't know if the 2 of them are going to do that. So in a pure striking battle, I'm going to give it to Shamil Erdogan. For the sharper striking, devastating power, I think Ryuga can beat him by making it a bit of like a fight that like what's his name? Like Daniel Cormier, but like minus the aggressive top Olympic wrestling. Like remember Daniel Cormier would single collar tie, uppercut and push against the ropes and he'll elbow and then take a takedown and come up with an elbow and then single collar tie and then hit you again and then body shot. Just a lot of traditional dirty boxing. I think that's how you beat someone like Shamil Erdogan. Don't make it traditional. Don't make him settle. Don't make him fight comfortably. Force him to defend stuff he doesn't want to defend. Risk control. Just be nasty in there. Put your fingers in the gloves. Just make it uncomfortable for him. Force him to react to stupid shit. Then you can get him out of there. But if you're gonna fight him with like, we're just gonna kickbox now. We're gonna, you know what I mean? We're gonna look for range and we're gonna kickbox. I think Shamil's gonna KO you, bro. He's devastating when it comes to that. So I'm gonna give it to Shamil Erdogan because I think the matchup favors him a little bit more than it does for Ryuki Takeuchi.
Let's go BG, and from the heavyweights, we'll go to the lightweights where we have Shinya Aoki taking on Hiroyuki Tetsuka. Shinya Aoki is 42 years old, former lightweight MMA champ. Record in one championship is 59-0. 1 by TKO, 12 by sub. Last time out, he beat Edouard Folliang by first round sub. Hiroyuki Tetsuka is 35 years old, 6-3-0, 1 by KO, 1 by TKO, 3 by sub. He's on a 2-fight slide. Last time out, losing to Zhang Lipeng by first round TKO. BG.
Yeah, I don't know why I put these notes these fighters in the notes because I wanted to skip over this one as well, just because it's a fan service fight, right? I don't think my opinion will be valid for this one, just because it's a fight that is kind of meaningless. It's just for the fans. That's literally what it is. It's just for the home crowd. It's just for the Japanese crowd. There's no real implication to this fight, or there's no real stake or incentive for this fight. But if I must give you a pick, I'll probably give it to Shinya Aoki. I think he's by far the more elite grappler and MMA legend of the two guys. Obviously, Tetsuka can beat him, but he's going to have to keep the fight striking to him to win the fight. If he allows Shinya Aoki to grab him, I think it's lights out from there. Shinya's going to choke him out.
Thanks, brother Gaia. And we'll keep moving to the atomweight, women's atomweight MMA division here, where we have Chichiro Sawada coming up against Itsuki Hirata. Chichiro Sawada is 27 years old, record in one championship, 4-1-0, 2 by sub. Last time out, beating Macarena Aragon by first round sub. Itsuki Hirata is 26 years old. She's 6-4-0, 1 by TKO, 2 by sub. Last time out, beating Ariake Arena by unanimous decision. PG.
Yes, bro. Yeah, interesting matchup. I think Itsuki Hirata was supposed to fight against Ritu Pogat in this fight, and Chihiro Sawada stepped up as a replacement fight for this one. And well done to her, dude, because I think Chihiro Sawada realizes that Itsuki Hirata is actually, like, before the fight that she had against the other Indian lady that you just mentioned now, Ariake Arena. Before that fight, right? Itsuki Hirata was among the top 5 of the women's MMA division, and she was competing against the top 5, right? Victoria Souza, Ayaka Miura, Hamsuhi, right? Jihin Ridzuan, Shadowcat. These are all the women that were in the top 5, top 10 of the division. I think she fought against Tampa as well, if I'm not mistaken. No, she didn't. But basically fighting against the top names, right? So she was in that top 5, but then went on that losing streak against the fighter I just mentioned now. Ayaka Miura, Hamsuhi, they all beat her, right? And then she basically took time off from the game because of battling with depression and self-doubt and not sure if she can compete. I'm like, dude, you're not even. I think Itsuki is not even. How's she 26 years old? You mad? You still need to hit your prime. You know what I mean? You're still in your learning phase. For her to feel that way was quite interesting to hear. She's back. I think, to be honest with you, I think Chihiro Sawada beats her. The reason being is because Itsuki Hirata's head isn't really in the game. If you can remember, and for the chat, if you guys can remember, when Itsuki Hirata fought against Ariake Arena, that was at one Friday fight, 120, right? That's 15th of August. I watched that fight, and Itsuki Hirata, she barely won the fight. Arena actually made it difficult for her, and she did win the fight, but it was she had to really put a lot of work into getting that fight. It wasn't an easy fight, and that was a layup for her. It was a layup to build up for the 173 card, and you could see the emotional outburst from Hirata that day. It's she was really it was a sigh of relief of oh my gosh, I actually won a fight after so many times, so long, right? Still hasn't gotten the finish yet. I don't think she has any finish in one. I think she got one. Okay, the first 3 fights were finishes, but then went on all these decision wins. Chihiro Sawada, if you watch Chihiro Sawada and her fights in one championship so far, she looks like she's yet to take names, bro. She's coming for that title. She's fighting someone that doesn't look like she can get beat. Fantastic jiu-jitsu, really good jiu-jitsu, strong grappling, and also pretty decent in the striking. I actually would say this right now. I think Sawada's got better striking than Hirata. Both of them don't have really phenomenal striking at all, but Sawada's got a little bit better striking than her. And Sawada has got that killer instinct in her. If you watch her fight, she looks for finishes. Whereas Hirata, it's just fight the clean fight, don't take damage. You know what I mean? Assert your dominance in the grappling and you'll win. I don't know if that's going to work in this fight. So I got Sawada for the win because I think that she can win the fight in different ways that Hirata can't. And I think in terms of grappling, she's a little bit better. I got Sawada for the win.
Let's go, BG. And now we will go to the opening bout of the card. And this is the closing bout for us on the preview show. Former mythical fighter Wairui coming up against Hiroki Akimoto. Wairui, 34 years old, 1-1. Last time out losing to Jonathan Haggerty by unanimous decision. But he did beat Hiroki Akimoto by unanimous decision before that. Needless to say, this is a rematch. Hiroki Akimoto is 33 years old. Former bantamweight kickboxing champ, 7-4-0 last time out. Beat my boy, John Link, by a split decision. PG, so this one is opening up the card and definitely worth waking up early for.
Absolutely. You got
thoughts,
two
bro.
champions against each other here, bruh. Just remember, everybody, that Wei Rui is 22-1. That one loss was against Jonathan Haggerty. That was his last fight, right? So Wei Rui is like Eddie was saying, a mythical fighter, guys. This dude is really, really high level. And if you watch the way that he beat Akimoto in their first fight, it's the same way. It's the same way Pitch Fergus, Petanong, the way he beats Japanese fighters. Remember, there was Beyond Kickboxing that did a profile on him on Petanong, right? And they were saying this guy is a nightmare for Japanese kickboxers. Like they struggle to deal with him because he knows how to beat them. He just knows how to stifle their kicks and get in their faces. And Wei Rui, Demon Blade, is basically carbon copy of Pet Fergus. Fights exactly the same way. Southpaw, same with the body and the high kicks, pretty sharp, extremely good kickboxing punches with the kicks at the end of the punching combinations. I think we're going to see the same thing in the first fight. The way Demon Blade beat him in the first fight was high volume. He basically bagged the first 2 rounds in a fantastic fashion by making sure that Akimoto had no forward momentum, had no counters for him, that the top kicks couldn't come from him because Demon Blade was never there. And also, Southpaw versus Orthodox. So that's open stance. So Akimoto can't really attack the carve the way he normally does, because if he does with his right leg, he's going to kick on the inside, which is still quite devastating, right? But you want to get the sweet spot of the outside of your calf muscle, front calf muscle. You want to tag that. That means if Demon Blade wants to land there, he has to switch kick. He has to switch his stance and throw a low kick, which obviously is more movement, more momentum. It's a little bit more tiring to throw, and it's a little bit easier to read than it does coming from the back foot. And that way, it allowed Demon Blade to stay in his zone, which was the body kick, high kick, body kick, high kick, 1, 2, 3, high kick, 1, 2, 3, high kick, lateral movement, stay out the range. Third round, he got very tired, and Akimoto started to catch him in the third round. I think Akimoto in this fight, if he wants to win this fight, he's going to have to primarily use his boxing over his KO cushion. So he's going to have to go in tight, attack the body a lot more, lots of hooks to the body, jab, hook to the body, jab, hook, low kick. Attack that body a lot more than he has any other target, and then the face will open itself, the calves will open itself. Maybe if you attack inside low kick as well, but make sure you attack it as hard as possible so that you force Demon Blade. Maybe consider switching, maybe. But there's more for Akimoto to do in this fight than Demon Blade. I got Demon Blade for the win. I think he's a little bit more polished and refined, and he's got the experience and the style to really stifle KO cushion. I got Demon Blade. Let's go.
Let's fucking go, BG. And we got our boy Anonymous Potan back in the chat once again, giving us his full card picks here. I think he's the first one to give us a full card pick here. So shout out to you, Potan. Oh yeah, DSBV. Oh yeah, sorry, DSB. You gotta get in way early, bro. DSBV was giving us the full card picks before the stream even started, I think.
Yeah.
So shout out to you, DSBV. I think we had a comment from him as well. Just got back, but prior to one, Peacock did have fights with a glove on his elbow or arm.
So it did happen. So that can happen. It should happen. It should happen. I know that he's got a disadvantage, right? But then you should compete in the, what they call it? What's the proximity to this fighters that got disadvantages, disabilities? What's that sport called? Anyway, you should compete there then. You know what I mean? But he's competing against fully abled fighters, and I'm gonna say it now, guys. That exposed elbow is not a disadvantage. It's not a disadvantage for Jake Peacock. That is a massive advantage for him. The only disadvantage is he can't jab. So he has to jab with his weaker hand and then use that elbow to throw obviously the hooks. But he can't switch to his orthodox stance and throw that jab because there isn't a jab to throw. That's a disadvantage. But if you get hit with that exposed elbow, you're basically going to be laying down. You're flat. You're going to get KO'd by it.
For sure. Thanks for that bit of insight there, DSBV27. Always giving us some fantastic insights here. Give thanks. And shout out to the boys at the Bookie Beatdown Discord. Let's fucking go. Looking forward to making some serious cash with you boys this weekend. Anything else we got here? We got anonymous Powhatan back in this motherfucker. Lee Takeru Gordon Nabil Max and these as my main. I think those are
Yeah, I like that. Yeah, that's a fantastic main, bro. Yeah, it's a fantastic main. I go with that as well.
TSBV 27, I believe Bruce Lee thought it was best to fight with your dominant hand as your lead. With dominant hand as your lead, it's not unusual at all. Okay.
Not at all. Not at all. It really isn't. Who was it? Dustin Poirier. He's a right-handed southpaw. You know what I mean? There's a lot of fighters that fight like that, where they have their dominant hand in front. Because then obviously your jab becomes also a finishing shot at the same time. And if you throw in a lever shot with your front hand, right, you still have your guard up. When you throw it, boom, you can still keep your guard up instead of the other way around. So, yeah, and also Bruce Lee fought a style that primarily used his front hand as his main weapons. But again, Jake Peacock, I don't think that the exposed elbow is a disadvantage. I don't think so.
Yeah, let us know your thoughts in the chat. Give thanks there, DSBV, for that bit of insight. Much love to you, bro.
DSBV, Hey, what do you say, Eddie?
No, please, go ahead.
No, I was just going to ask DSBV, are you working this Sunday, bro? Are you going to be able to watch the cards? Are you going to be able to be in the live? Because I know you're quite busy and the starting times for the One Championship. No, because you should be at home at that point. It's the evening for you, so you should be at home.
Better take a sick day, bro.
I think it's Saturday. Saturday for
Saturday night for him.
Yeah.
For sure. Powhatan back in this motherfucker. Excited.
Excited for the live.
Yeah, super excited for the card, bro. PG, do we have to talk about pre-fight ratings here? Or is that just a straight up 10 on this one, bro?
I'm gonna give it a 10, bro.
I don't see how you can't, honestly.
It's a big. I don't know how I can score it lower than that, to be honest with you. Even though we lost Rag and Malikan and we lost Agadi, the fight card is still just unbelievable, guys. You know what I mean? So I'm gonna give it a 10. I'm struggling to give it a lower score than that. And the starting time is beneficial for us in South Africa, so it's a blessing.
It's a lot to be grateful for. Yeah, a lot that we can work with. I can work. It'll be late. Might pull an all-nighter between 1 and UFC. Might need to take the Monday off to recover. Yeah, I think a lot of people are going to be doing that. The UFC into One Championship double header that we got going on here.
Yeah.
Use that PTO.
What's PTO? I done told you guys that BG don't do well with acronyms. You gotta say the full words here.
PTO.
I mean,
Pay time off, bro.
Okay.
Yeah, got it. Oh, personal time. Okay. Close enough. TSPB won't be working. Let's go, bro. Got the day off.
Okay, so you won't be working later. I can't wait for this live stream with the boys this weekend. Honestly, it's gonna be so fun.
What is the plan? Are we just gonna do straight up online or doing a watch party? Like, what's the?
We're gonna do it. Well, I mean, you're gonna be still at Fisher Haven, so.
No, I'm coming home either on Friday or Saturday.
Oh, I thought you said next week.
No, I meant this week. When I said last week, next week, it's this week.
So then come back Friday, Brandon. You can join us at the beach on Saturday.
It might be difficult to work, but even if I do come back on Saturday, I'll still join you guys at the beach.
Okay, fine.
Afternoon.
Well, then in that case, I think we can do the watch party. But I mean, I'm starting the stream quite early, so I would say come through once you've woken up and had your brush teeth and what.
The thing is, it's just in terms of the audio, man, and the technical setup for a watch party. You know, our watch parties haven't been very successful. The
Yeah.
last two. So I just,
I mean,
it's a big card. We don't wanna be messing around. You
I
know what
think
I
the
mean?
circumstances were different with the last watch parties, man. They weren't really ideal, and I think it can be more manageable because we're going to be a lot less people together in the same room.
Mm,
I think the biggest worry for me is the audio setup. Honestly, that's the biggest one
yeah.
I'm more worried about than anything else. But I mean, to be quite safe, I'd probably say we do it like this now. And I
Mm,
think going into the fresh year, I would rather, I would be a little bit more intense with setting up watch parties. To do it properly, and not
yeah.
mess around.
Yeah. Agreed. I think. Yeah. Let's do this one as well as we can because it's a big card, bro. And we
I
got
don't want to mess
Potan
it up.
say you'll be here when it starts. Shout out to you, bro. Much love. Much
So
love.
I was thinking of starting. Sorry, I was thinking of starting the live during the main card of the UFC. You know,
Sheesh.
because the One Championship's first fight starts at 6 a.m. for us, and that will be during approximately around the co-main event of the UFC. So then I would have both on, and then obviously start it like that. We can talk on
Mm.
both, and then when the one ends, we're really going in through to One Championship, like a seamless transition.
Yeah, but then you're gonna have to be up from what time? You're just gonna wake up at like for the one championship, but
Yeah, I was thinking of getting up
you're
at
not
5.
gonna watch the UFC prelims.
No, I'm gonna. No ways. That's like starting at what's like 12 a.m. I think.
Okay.
12 or 1 a.m. if I'm not mistaken. So I'm prepared to get up to the UFC's main card and then go from there.
Yeah, that sounds more manageable. I think also. Yeah.
Because must remember we're going because the One Championships fight card this 173 is from 6 a.m. to 3 p.m. bro. So if I must get up for the UFC's main card, that means I have to get up at 4 a.m. or at least 3 a.m. To pull a 12-hour. That's
It's what the job requires, bruh, by any means necessary.
you have to take breaks then.
You wanna be an ultimate fighter.
So you want to be an ultimate fighter?
But alright then, PG, it's been a lot of fun. Great
Yes.
fucking stream. Thank you guys all so much
Thanks
for
for
all the
numbers.
interaction. We are super psyched with all the chats that we're getting. Wasn't too long ago that we're just sitting here talking to no one, bruh. So it's nice to have some people in the chat. Shout out to all you guys. Much love. We super psyched the way the community is growing. And fucking super hyped for this card, honestly.
Yeah,
BG,
great.
any final words you wanna tell the people before we wrap up here, bro?
Nah, just love for the love, bro. I don't want to sit here and just regurgitate what you just said. So I'm just gonna go love for the love and looking forward to seeing everybody there. I mean, it's gonna be a vibe, guys. Look out for our preview for the UFC 322 tomorrow. We're gonna be dropping that one as well. It's not gonna be a live, unfortunately, but we will be dropping that preview for you guys. And then obviously on Thursday, One Friday Fights preview will be dropping as well. It will be dropping in the morning for the US viewers and the evening for the Thai viewers. Then we'll be live Friday. We will see you guys again for the Friday Fights live. And obviously, you know where it's at for 173. Fighting with friends is where you need to be. Let's go.
Let's fucking go. Zab, beer, wings, and fights, Potan. The finer things in life, bro. I see you are also a man of culture. Let's make some motherfucking money. Let's go, bro. But yeah, again, guys, thank you all so much for tuning in. We're gonna wrap it up there for today. Much love to you all, and hope to see you all back here next. When we doing the next live stream? Friday.
Friday.
Fights. Yeah. So yeah, we'll see you. Hope to see all the regulars back for the Friday fight stream. But yeah, just fuck, guys. Thanks so much once again.
Arigato.
Arigato, Ackerzheimers. Shout out to you, Potan. One for the last time this evening. Shout out to Potan, the real MVP here at Fighting with Friends. Keeping the vibe going in the chat. Shout out to you, bro. But okay, BG, let us get some dinner.
Yeah,
and
please.
Potan just confirming that he will be on for the Friday fight stream. Give thanks, guys. Much love. We're gonna get out of here. Peace.
Peace.